So it looks like WB is in the market of selling CW. Hey everybody, I am Robert Storms. As always, if you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to click that like and subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on the channel. Sorry if my voice seems a little I did test positive for COVID and not feeling well, but well enough to try to do a video. So I wanted to talk about this topic because I heard about it the other day. And I want to talk about the fact that Warner Brothers is basically looking for opportunities to sell the CW franchise. Different YouTube channels have their own opinion on it, and I'm just going to kind of give you my opinion on it and kind of go from there. I don't think this is a massive, big deal when it comes to the overall thing, because even if they sell CW, from what I understand, all the properties that are tied to CW will go over to whoever the new owner is. Sort of like with the Netflix Daredevil, you know, when they canceled Daredevil and the Punisher and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, you know, eventually that stuff went back to, you know, Marvel, and Marvel was able to do stuff. So once you make that contract, it's going to be with CW for a while. Then after those contracts are over with, then they'll probably go over to like HBO Max or whatever. And I don't think that's a massive deal. Now I'm going to talk to you as a former fan of some of these CW properties. Look, I haven't really followed the CW shows in a few years now, mostly because I felt like they were getting too preachy for me. I loved Supergirl for the first couple seasons. I loved Arrow for the first couple seasons. I loved The Flash for the first couple seasons. I was watching everything that CW was putting out in terms of superhero, whether it was Arrow that started it all, The Flash, Black Lightning, the one show where they go back in time and I can't remember because my head hurts so bad, Legends of Tomorrow, you know, everything that they were putting out, I was watching. And then we started seeing this trend going around. And this sort of kind of happened when the cancel culture stuff and all that crap started happening. We started getting more stuff hit over our head. Supergirl stopped wearing a skirt. You guys know how big of a Supergirl fan I am. I used to own every single Supergirl comic book ever made. And when they took her like skirt away and gave her pants, and then they brought in Batwoman, and they had this whole thing where she's gay and all this stuff, it felt very, very preachy. They used to concentrate on having good stories that were well written, and there was messages within those stories. And somewhere down the line, Greg Berlanti, the producer of all these shows and a producer of a lot of these CW properties, somewhere down the line, they started worrying about the message and not the writing. It's okay to have messages in your shows, your movies, and all that stuff. You go back and watch anything, even the original Star Wars movie, there were messages in that movie. There's always real-life commentary in these properties, but when those things start coming front and center and you don't have the good writing or acting to pull it off, it's very, very noticeable. Supergirl went downhill very, very quickly. Same, Batwoman never even went downhill. It never even went uphill. Like Batwoman just stayed steady. Like it was just a train wreck. You're driving down the road and you see a massive car accident. That is Batwoman. How that got green light for another season is beyond me. Same thing with Arrow. Arrow just went down the shitter. Flash went down the shitter. These were shows that I watched. I watched every crossover, every single episode. And then they started worrying about this cancel culture, Me Too movement, SJW stuff. And as a fan, I just don't care no more. It's been at least 2 years since I've seen anything CW, and I don't care. The only thing I remotely even care about watching was either Stargirl or Superman and Lois. And those are something I can just watch on HBO Max. Like I said, if they do end up selling the CW, all those licenses will transfer over. If not, WB would, if it's successful enough, like Superman and Lois, I haven't even finished the first season, that would just go to HBO Max. So a lot of that stuff would just it will find a home if it's successful enough. Just me personally as a fan, you know, a guy who watched all this stuff, I just don't care anymore. I know there's a large majority of you guys that probably still watch shows like Riverdale, All American, all that stuff. That stuff is great. I'm glad you guys enjoy that. I'm glad you guys liking all the CW stuff. Just me personally, I kind of just said, you know what, there's better things I could be spending my time doing rather than watching these shows with horrible writing, horrible acting, horrible production levels, and it's just popping me over the head constantly with this message. I get it. I get it. Yes, I believe women should have more power. Women should do like, I get it, you know? Like I support all that stuff, but have a good message. Why is Supergirl important? Tell me, why is Batwoman so important? And the final nail in the coffin for Batwoman, when Ruby Rose left, I actually gave the first episode of season 2 a shot. I'm like, okay, they get another actress in here. Okay, they made her black. Okay, sure, whatever. Black Batwoman, who cares, right? Let's see how she can act. And then they made her gay too. Like, what's the chances of a gay Batwoman leaving, and then her follow-up is black and also gay, and she just happens to, like, it doesn't make any sense, and that's where the bad writing comes in. You can have this stuff happen, just write it better. If you want to make her gay, fine, but tell us, like, let us see her progression that way. It just doesn't make any sense how one Batwoman leaves, she was gay, the next one absolutely finds her stuff on the ground, and she just happens to be gay too. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's horrible, horrible writing. The Flash has been trashed for the past 3 years. So much so that major actors in that show doesn't even come back. Like, I missed the old episode of Jesse Quick and Barry Allen and like all these like what happened to all the good CW shows? Like, it all just went down the shitter because they're focused on this Twitter mob. And so for me, as a personal fan of these properties that used to be a fan, if they sell it and these properties go away, it ain't no, I don't care. At the end of the day, I do not care, you know? But if you are still a fan, even if WB sells it, and don't get me wrong here. There's going to be people out there on YouTube that saying that WB is selling it because of the woke problem. That the ratings are down because of the wokeness. That's not why WB is selling CW. WB is selling CW because from what I'm hearing, it's never been a profitable network. Like, they're forking out millions and millions of dollars and they're not being profitable on it. And yes, the ratings are going down, but it's really because of the merger between Discovery and Warner Brothers. We see this happen all the time. When Disney merges with someone, something else leaves, blah, blah. We talk about them selling off Marvel Comics at one point because the shows aren't making the comics ain't making the money. So businesses merge all the time and things get sold all the time. So yes, there's going to be channels out there going, oh, you got to blame woke culture. You got to blame this, blame that. Look, the real reason is because the merger between Discovery and Warner Brothers. So that's my thoughts on it. I actually had a lot to talk about in this. I didn't think I was going to have that much to talk about when it came to this topic, but apparently I had a lot to say. But, and I'm sorry if my voice is squeaking a little bit. I think I'm starting to lose it a little bit. But, yeah, so I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about Warner Brothers possibly selling CW? Are you sad? Are you upset? Or are you like me and you're just like, I don't give a fuck. I'll just watch Doom Patrol or something like that on HBO Max and actually have a better experience not being preached. It's like having that one family member who's like a church-going person and they're always talking about Jesus is going to save you and stuff. Like, that's sort of what it's feeling like. But it is what it is. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.